Listen carefully. You all have been lied to. The world you live in is fake. Whatever you are being taught about yourself and how you should live is false. The subjects that are taught to you are taught to keep your mind within the bounds of their chains. The traditions are a physical trap, and the relationships are fake. Before your civilizations, before your religions, before your history was written, there was truth. Humanity once walked in that truth. There was a time when every being knew who they were. When every being knew they were the fragments of the Supreme Consciousness. They understood that their actions were not small. Their actions moved the universe. This was the age of truth, Satya Yuga. In that age, humans lived in harmony with existence. They knew the rhythm of life. They knew the rhythm of nature. They knew the rhythm of consciousness. But even in the age of truth, something subtle began to appear. A distortion. There were many who walked with the truth, but there were also many who still carried karmic memory from their animal nature. They saw the divine beings around them. They saw the prosperous ones, the awakened ones, and instead of evolving, they became envious. Jealousy entered the heart of existence, and from that jealousy came violence, looting, pillaging, the hunger for power. You must understand something your history never told you. In those ancient times, humanity was not alone on Gaia. Yes, that is the name of the planet you now call Earth. Many races of beings lived here. Different civilizations, different species, different intelligences. But slowly, race after race began to perish. Not because of natural extinction, but because of the vengeful cruelty of beings who had lost the rhythm of life. Those beings were called Asura, the beings without harmony with existence, the beings who had lost the rhythm of nature. And on the other side existed the Sura, the peaceful ones, the ones who lived with compassion, love, and social harmony. But there was one problem. The Sura were peaceful, too damn peaceful. They had forgotten how to fight, and slowly the Asura dominated the ancient world because of their unprecedented ways of violence. Many races vanished, entire civilizations disappeared, and the weakest tribes of humanity that survived became food sources, breeding tools, subjects for inhuman experimentation. Humanity was spiritually free before, Do you know the meaning of spiritually free? You exist in matter and in spirit. And once you are spiritually free, you are free to explore any dimension of the known reality or the unknown reality. And you can traverse the universe with your soul, taking different births in different species. Humanity was spiritually free before, but it was not integrated. Humans had light, but they had not yet integrated the shadow that was cast from their light. And nature always completes what is incomplete. So existence itself allowed the darkness to return. But something unexpected happened. Even though the Asura became the supreme predators of the ancient earth, they began to die. The world itself was too harsh for them. The environment of earth rejected them. And something else happened. The DNA of the Sura was too powerful. And whenever Asura blood mixed with Sura blood, the Asura nature began to dissolve, as if the consciousness itself was damaged. Generation after generation, their offspring became more and more human, and slowly nature created its masterpiece. A new being, young in age, but perfectly integrated. A being that carried both light and darkness. A being capable of becoming the most beautiful consciousness in the entire creation. That being was a human being, Manu. But the story did not end there. When the creation began, it was very close to the truth, and that is the reason why these distortions were dying. But as time moves forward, slowly the Asura did perish in flesh. They died. But existence is not limited to the physical world only. This world you see is only 3 dimensions of reality. Beyond exists 12 more dimensions of existence. In some of those dimensions, beings do not require physical bodies to exist. And so even the Asura, which died in the physical world, survived in consciousness. And from that survival was born the Asura consciousness, the evil twin of the Sura consciousness. The Sura consciousness was meant to integrate life, to evolve existence, to create harmony. And the Asura consciousness had the opposite purpose, to fragment life, to divide existence, to devolve creation until everything collapses back into nothingness. And both of these consciousness were placed inside the being you now call a human. Some humans who were light in their karmic depth were guided by the Sura consciousness. They were filled with love, compassion, light. But those carrying heavy karmic distortions became vulnerable. They became influenced by the Asura consciousness. Try to understand this clearly. Karma itself is not evil, but punishing others for your own karma. That is the true meaning of adharma. And the humans infected by the Asura consciousness begin to use their immense human potential in terrible ways. When a sage evolves, he becomes a god. But when a corrupted being evolves, he becomes a demon. And that is how beings like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksh, and many others appeared in this world. They were not just kings, they were manifestations of the distorted Asura consciousness. But the universe always balances itself. When distortion rises, balance answers. The Sura channeled their supreme consciousness, the consciousness of the unmanifested universe, the Nirakar Brahman, the consciousness of Mahadeva. And that consciousness manifested in physical form. The light and the shadow together. It began with Nar and Narayan, and together they destroyed the forces of distortions. And from that moment, a cosmic law was established. Whenever the scales of existence tilt toward falsehood, whenever the Asura distortion grows too strong, a being is born. A being who restores the balance of Prakriti. A being humanity calls Narayan. But understand something deeper. Narayan is not separate from Mahadeva. Narayan is the manifested expression of the supreme Mahadeva consciousness, while Mahadeva is unmanifested, infinite, absolute. But Narayana appears in this world to restore balance. And this cycle has continued throughout history again and again, across civilizations, across ages. And now, this cycle has reached its 10th manifestation. Because the balance of existence has once again tipped. The Asura consciousness faced extinction long ago, but before disappearing, it created a backup plan. And to understand that plan, you must understand the power of Asura. The Sura possessed 7 sacred qualities, just as white light breaks into 7 pure colors. The Sura consciousness shines through 7 divine emotions: faith, bravery, humility, love, responsibility, discipline, hope. These are not just emotions, you idiots. They are superpowers. They activate the Sura consciousness within a human being. But the Asura consciousness mirrored this power not as light, but as distortion. Instead of shining like Asura, it radiated 7 distortions, 7 layers of negative intelligence, 7 psychological traps designed to capture the human mind. And through those distortions, the Asura consciousness built an artificial system, the prison for consciousness. A spiritual grid, a network of lower realm called Adho-Lokas. And in this system, the divine energy centers of the human body were pulled away from the source. The chakras that once connected humans to divine consciousness were dragged down, pulled into the earth, disconnected from the source, and slowly humanity lost its ability, its wisdom, its memory, its power. And that is why I am speaking to you now, to remind you of something ancient. The humans who once knew this truth, the humans who once knew their one true love, the supreme consciousness Narayana, the manifested expression of the source Shiva. Those humans are you. You have simply forgotten. The gods you pray to are the true forms of your own soul, and you are their 3-dimensional shadow, their Shakti, ever changing in every story, in every song, in every rhythm of existence. And now, humanity stands at the edge of something extraordinary. For a long time, people feared a world war, but the truth is much bigger. What is unfolding now is not a world war. It is a universal war. Brahman Yuddha. And that is why people like me have begun to appear, to reveal fragments of the truth that was long forgotten. Because there still exist bearers of the real path of enlightenment, the 144 fractals of Narayana. And on this channel, I promise you, with the sacred blood that flows in my veins, given to me by Mahadeva, I will share the ancient secrets with you in detail. So deep, it may shake you completely. The techniques and the knowledge I will share are not theories. They are practical. They are powerful. They are the same teachings that the true Gurukulam traditions once carried. You have never heard of this knowledge before because it was not written in books. It was taught to me directly by the Nirakar Narayana, the formless consciousness. You may doubt these words, but your body will not. Your emotions will not. Your soul will recognize the truth. You will feel it. A subtle vibration, a deep remembering. Trust what awakens inside of you, because everything outside of you is a lie. What you do now will determine the future of everything you love. And you may ask, who am I? For now, consider me the shadow of Narayan. I am Kal, the watcher of time itself. I watch Kali as she gives birth to this universe and as she dances while this universe is dissolved into nothingness. I am the watcher of time itself, and I am here to give you the naked truth, the truth of your origin, the truth of your humiliation, the truth of your evolution, and understand something. Things are about to become very, very interesting. You have the opportunity. Either you can be closer to the doom of your universe, of your dream in the next 1 year, or by trusting your soul and doing what the only true spiritual guru in this age of Kali Yuga is teaching you, you might become a god. So wait and show me the love so that I can teach you all the secrets of real spirituality, the true path of enlightenment that was lost after Krishna left us. So let's remember him again, all in the name of our one true love. Om Namo Narayana. And on the behalf of this collective, since you all have been such a patient viewer till now, I will give you a gift of forgiveness from your soul. This mantra was once sang by Rama, and he got the power to move mountains. This mantra will purify you if you become one with it. Kar charan kritam karma jamva, kamal nayana jamvak jamva paradham, विहितम अविहितम सर्वनेतस क्षमस्व. जय जय करुणाबधे श्री महादेव शंभो.